Hello, welcome back to the friend request. It's me, Chloe Maddren. Oh, what's happening this week, guys? Tell me. Put it in the comments. Tell me, please. Real demanding. Anyway, someone will complain about my intros being too long, so I'm going to keep it short and fast. Today's guest is a movie star. I don't know what to tell you. She's a movie star. It's crazy. It's crazy that she came into this little tiny fort of mine. Like, what? I'm just going to tell you who it is straight off the bat. It's Ione Skye, okay? So you know her from her breakout role in Say Anything with John Cusack. She starred in things like Arrested Development, Good Girls, upcoming movie with the friggin' Jack Black and Paul Rudd called Anaconda. She was in Zodiac. She's just wonderful, fantastic, so interesting. She's had such an interesting life. Some context as well, we did speak about her upbringing, obviously, as it is the friendship podcast. We're talking about making friends, but as a part of that, we did also speak about her home life and personal life, which includes the fact that she is musician, beloved artist Donovan's daughter. Her father is the musician Donovan, and that does come up before we actually say his name for some time. So I thought I'd just give you that little context. Guys, what an episode. So much fun. I really hope you enjoy it. So go get stuck in.
Did we just become best friends? Yep. Did we just become best friends? Did we just become best friends?
Thank you
It's
for coming.
exciting, yeah.
So exciting. And the second time we've met, do you remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did you do a weirder together, or you were just at our house?
I was
Right.
just
Right?
at your house.
Just at the house.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to remember if it was both or just one or the other. Yeah.
No. Oh, I think actually I did come to the
came-
end of a Weirder Together once.
Okay.
Alexi was at that one, and I think
Right.
Jen Fricker.
Yes.
And I popped by.
Yeah.
But yeah, we met at your house, which
Okay,
is
cool.
crazy place to meet someone.
Yeah.
Just like there.
Yeah.
But I get the impression that Ben invites a lot of people around.
Yeah, it's really fun. I did not think I would have that phase again in my life where you have a party where you actually don't know some of the people at the party.
Yeah.
Like when you're in, I'm well out of my early 20s. But being with Ben, who's 8 years younger and just that type of person who loves just like bringing people together. But before we moved from LA, we had a series of parties, and
Yeah.
literally there would be people I didn't know for sure. But it was kind of
Amazing.
fun.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
so fun.
I don't think I've ever had that unless it was living in a share house and it was
Yeah.
friends of the other
Yeah.
roommates or something. But
Yeah.
it is cool.
It is good. I mean, and then we moved to Sydney probably at the right time because it is a little, who knows? Like if it gets a bit too loosey-goosey, then I think I would have some sleepless nights. Like, wait, who is in the house and are they going to come back and like
Yeah.
rob me or
Oh,
something?
God. Totally.
You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Yes.
I'm on a plane. I'm living in Sydney, so now I don't have to worry about that.
No, that's good. That's good. It is something though, like to public people
Yeah.
that you'd have to be cautious of.
Yeah.
I get worried even like mentioning the cafe near my house.
I know.
Like,
What is it
they'll
called?
find me.
Not doxing. Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah.
To dox somebody, yeah. I know. You're like looking out a window. I'll take a picture. I'm like, would people recognize that store? Like the sleuths.
No, totally. I filmed in my driveway and I'm like, they're going to know my driveway for sure. I've got to move.
Yeah, I know. You have to be
But at the same
careful.
time, I refuse to close my blinds. So.
Right.
Sure.
You just want to live the way you want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was lovely to meet you then, and it's lovely to have you here now.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming
Oh,
on.
I'm so happy.
God.
It's like we're having a slumber party.
It is just like
I
that.
love it.
That's the whole point.
It's so good.
And well timed, although I definitely did this in anticipation of this record. I watched Say Anything for the first time last night.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
What did you think?
I loved it.
It's sweet,
It was
right?
So sweet, so fun. You're amazing.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
I mean, I've seen you in a bunch of other stuff since, but
Good. Yeah. I know that movie has such a great tone. I mean, the
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe is so good,
Yeah.
and he's just has such a nice, warm. I don't know. It's just a unique vibe in that movie. It's kind of
totally.
great. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and it's a time capsule for sure of
Yes.
another time.
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. Yeah, someone was saying people aren't romantic like that anymore, but I kind of feel like sometimes some people are.
Yeah, maybe instead of a boombox over the head, it's like a I don't know, they play the song on their Instagram story.
Right.
It doesn't quite hit the same.
Right. It's not like in real life moment, but yeah.
Oh my God, does being in romantic films make your expectations for romance higher?
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I definitely thought about just watching romantic films like that, you know, how people say, be careful, life's not like Cinderella, blah, blah, blah. But I've never thought about me being in them, but I think for sure, because even though you know you're acting,
Yeah.
you're still like living something to a certain extent.
Totally.
And you must start internalizing that. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, it could be setting the neural pathways, especially
Yes.
being so young.
That's
like,
right.
That's so interesting.
I know. That's so true.
You know what, though, when people say that, oh, well, don't expect life to be like a fairy tale. I say, fuck you. I want my fairy tale. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I know, it's true. Yeah, that's so interesting that you say that, because yeah, that's really interesting.
You're reflecting.
I was reflecting on.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I had another thought about your question, but it kind of left, but it'll come back around. Yeah, sort of about that whole romance thing, and yeah, it's pretty interesting. Oh, well, just doing a movie. This is what I was going to say. You are in a very unusual atmosphere with another actor. So for sure, I think that's why so many actors end up hooking up with each other. And, you know, because it's like you're in this alternate reality, kind of like being in this sleepover, what's it called? This slumber party.
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
You can kind of lose track, especially when you're young, and like kind of believe it and be away from home and you're working late hours. And so I think that's why it's kind of scary for actors to date actors.
Yes,
You know?
yes, absolutely. I've started doing acting classes recently. I did like theatre things as a kid, but it's been a long time. And we're doing, you know, Meisner for the listeners, you do repetition where you're calling someone's behaviour and then you repeat it back with your point of view, and it's very intimate.
Right.
Brand new, and I'm immediately like, oh, you're really just gonna like see me, huh? Okay, that's crazy.
I know. That's so funny.
I can understand being, doing scenes with people.
Yeah.
You get the romance. I do wonder though, what about the friendship chemistry? Have you had, you know, friendships that just come from projects?
Yeah, first because I was a teenager when I started, so I thought every film I did, and a lot of those films it was like kind of like Stranger Things, like a cast of all young people, and you just bond so intensely because it's before anyone was like married with mortgages or whatever it is.
Yep.
Everyone's just like, it's like camp, and so you get so close and you're just so convinced you're going to be best friends forever. And luckily, some of them, I stayed friends with some people forever, but mostly it's like maybe the few months after you're still hanging, but then it like just fades away, which is so sad.
That is so sad, but that's honestly what I assumed because of things like camp. Because the theatre camps and stuff that I've been to, it's like, oh my God, we're best friends. And I remember just crying my eyes out afterwards for a week. I've never seen these people again.
I know, it's so true. I know, it's so intense.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that, I guess, like I have a kid who's possibly having a breakup or something, but it's like knowing the resilience of you move on and you do bond again. Thank God that you can like, or in school, seeing my other kid go through like friend groups and then have another friend group. Like at the time, it's such a big thing. Or looking back on these friend groups, and it's nice that we're resilient and you can like kind of fall for other people again.
That's such a great point because it teaches you that things can end and it's
right,
not,
and it's not the end. All that stuff.
That's
but
beautiful.
yeah, so yeah, it's really. But I do love it. I love. It's funny because I love a movie set or a film set so much, and theater. I haven't done that much, but I always assume everyone loves it. But then, like my partner Ben Lee has done a little bit of acting, but mainly he's a musician, and he's not in. It's like I assume everyone's going to be in love with that atmosphere, the circus as they call it or whatever. I'm just so into it, and it's funny to see other people like not be that excited about like
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And which I guess is good because then I don't even know why
kind of
it's
everyone
good.
wanna
But
be.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's so I do love that whole like bonding and everybody
Yeah.
working together and stuff. It's
Good.
Yeah.
That's so good. Today's episode is brought to you by Holistic Passage. Use my code FRIEND for 10% off all your vapes, gummies, little treaties, all that stuff. Now, I know that some people have considered you to be a Nepo baby.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I want to be a Nepo baby. I feel like
Who doesn't?
I know.
Oh my
right?
God.
Yeah, I think that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. But I mean, you know, nepotism comes in different forms and things, and I'd say that your circumstances, from what I know, from what I've read and listened to, is also unique. Growing up, were people like, oh, you're so and so's daughter? Like, were people recognizing that kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it was more so my father, because he was like a 60s rock, like folk icon. And he was sort of at the height in the 60s, and it didn't like transfer to different decades.
Yeah.
He maintained this iconic 60s dude.
Yeah.
That when I was in elementary school, the little kids weren't like, you know, their parents would have known,
Yeah,
but I couldn't.
yeah.
I wanted to brag when I was like in elementary school or primary school or whatever, but like, you know, I don't think they would have known necessarily.
Yeah. Okay.
But then as I got older, you know, people sort of knew more and more. And then also with like syncs, like songs that get in, like Lana Del Rey covered Season of a Witch, I think, and one of his songs was in like the Minions, like Mellow Yellow or something, his song. So now I think like even my little kid would know him if she didn't know. Of course she knows who he is now. But anyway, yeah, so I wanted that. But I did have, once I got out of my bubble and saw that people were gagged over LA, and like then I was like, oh, it was unique growing
Yeah.
up that way.
Yeah.
Even though I wasn't like you know, super rich Beverly Hills version, it's still, I had access that people didn't have. Just,
Yeah.
you know, so I didn't know any better until you see a difference. Or if I went to
course.
another school and then the kids' parents were more like business people or,
Yeah.
you know, or whatever, like they had other jobs, like
Yeah.
whatever. Then I was like, oh, this is, some people have teachers or as parents, you know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
everyone has like creative bohemian. And I was like seeing the difference for better or worse.
Yeah, okay. But when you were in that little bubble, I'm assuming that you were surrounded by more people with parents in show business
Yes.
stuff. Yeah.
But all of them, it was like single moms who'd had kids with like, you know, very
Yeah,
famous,
okay.
very famous
Interesting.
musicians, but they were kind of roughing it. So they were these beautiful women and who were very interesting and amazing, sort of parenting on their own. But they all knew such amazing, you know, it was a lot of
Yeah.
amazing people, but it wasn't, you know, I think I saw also like the struggle. So that also is confusing because then, you know what I
course.
mean? You're not like,
Of course, it's not got
Yeah.
as much like glitz and
yeah,
glamour to it.
yeah.
You're
It's,
kinda
they
like,
looked fabulous, but they
yeah.
were like, oh,
You're like, I know actually.
I'm
that
parenting on my
guy
own.
Sucks. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And when you did start acting, was it something that was like, oh, okay, so, you know, we know your dad's famous, and your mum was a model, right?
Yeah.
Was it something that was ever brought up with peers on set?
Some people, yeah, they knew who my father was, but again, because he wasn't like household name famous for everybody, but still, most people are like, oh yeah, I know who Donovan is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it helped with the intrigue. Like it wasn't going to sell tickets, I don't think.
Yeah, okay.
But like, for example, Cameron Crowe, who
Yeah.
directed Say Anything, I think that was more intriguing to him, you know? And even for the first movie I did, I know the director was like kind of blown away.
Yeah.
So I think for them it's like a little bit of intrigue, but I don't know. I don't think it's exactly like, I don't know who would be a good example of, I think it's I think for most people it's kind of the intrigue will kind of help you along.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's awesome because
Yeah.
there's definitely been a bit of discussion, a little rhetoric in the last 5 or so years where people are like, fucking nepo babies. You know, there's this disdain, and I just think it's silly. I can understand when someone's like, oh, well, you know, it's nice to know where people come from and how they get little legs up or whatever else. But I think that experiencing mainly just positive intrigue from peers and from others.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be heavier having a very famous actor parent, but like Jane Fonda had Henry Fonda, and then they both ended up winning awards or whatever you know, and doing really great. Like there's some Hollywood royalty families like, you know, Dakota Johnson is, you know, and so many like,
so many.
you know, Meryl Streep's daughter who's in Gilded Age or whatever, and they're doing great work themselves. So it's like, and they're clearly working super hard.
Oh, completely.
And then there's the Northwest, like, of it all, as they say. But like, there was a recent thing. Did you see people giving her a hard time for, so Kim Kardashian's daughter, who sort of feels like a lot like Kanye, very, whatever you think of Kim Kardashian, and it could be like, you might hate that she's such a corporate, what is it called? Like, you know, just some people might
like,
disdain for being, what's the word? Capitalist.
Capitalist, yep.
But I've always thought it was nice the way she dealt with North, because North seemed like a unique kid, and she wasn't embarrassed by her daughter's uniqueness. For a family who seems obsessed with looking perfect or whatever. And then there was a recent thing where Northwest was wearing like a bustier or something, and everyone was giving her a hard time. But when you look at the pictures, like she can't help that she's young and she developed early, and you know, like, and it's just like, also it doesn't look sexual. It doesn't look sexual. It's just she's expressing herself. I think there'd be a difference if you have like those, what are they called? Those little pageant children.
Yes.
That's like creepy, because sometimes it's like the sexualization of a tiny but this is not that.
No.
So that's an interesting Nepo baby, because that's sort of, I think when people think of Nepo babies, maybe they're thinking more of like the influencer. But I love, like, Sofia Coppola's kid is so funny to me. And I'm sure she's talented as well as singing, whatever, but she's hysterical. I don't know. I guess I just feel like it's lucky because you have a leg up. So people might be irritated. And if you're irritating, you're irritating.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, people will find a reason to be irritated with anyone. And
if you're irritated and have a leg up, that's probably, even people are like, ugh.
Totally.
You don't need a platform.
It's a strange thing to criticize the actual like child of the famous person, though, 'cause it's like, well, what are they going to do?
Yeah,
They didn't choose to be born.
Yeah, and they're just using, you know, what they've got.
Also, when it comes to Northwest, like, I have to say that I would assume a lot of that is steeped in racism. People have been criticizing like young black girls developing for ever.
I know, that's really gross.
It is.
People are doing that.
It's super
horrible.
gross. And also, like, I don't know, when I was an adolescent and growing up and stuff, you don't want to see the photos that I was taking, you know.
Oh, right. I
You
know.
are feeling things.
You're trying. I know. Believe me. The amount of hours did you like dance in front of mirrors and dress
my
up and like,
God.
thank God. I mean, thank God no one was like taking. I mean, exactly.
There weren't everyone just around with their phones filming everything. Thank God those blue light discos were not PG. They were disgusting. I don't know if you guys had blue light discos in the States, but it's like underage disco.
Oh, right. Yeah, we did.
They were gross.
They don't have alcohol, but people sneak stuff. But it's like kids wanting to be older teenagers. And
Yeah, you don't want to turn the lights on in one of those things.
No.
Not good. But speaking of, you know, you're growing up and Say Anything, please tell me if this is too much to ask. But I was really curious about filming Say Anything, the relationship with you and John Mahoney's character. It's very interesting. And I haven't actually read your book yet. I'm not a great reader, but I've read little snippets. And
there's also an audio too.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm bad at reading.
Join the club now that Everything is, yeah. I used
Yeah.
to read all the time before
Oh, God, yeah.
before the phone.
Yeah, it's very nice. But I did read, a lot about your relationship with your own father and not having met him until you were, what was it, 18?
Like
Yeah.
17, 18,
17,
yeah.
18. Was filming that and the relationship just of the characters triggering, or
Yeah, it was interesting because it was an enmeshed, codependent father-daughter, and I more had that because I had a mom who was single sometimes and then married at certain points, but I more related. I did just sort of more understand that and transfer it more with a father because my father wasn't around, so I didn't have that experience. But I did have a stepfather, and we were quite close, so I can understand that. So I was just like, oh, this is sort of that thing. I mean, I wasn't at that age when, how old was I? I was 17, 18 when I filmed at that. And I was sort of emotionally intelligent, so I wasn't, but not like I am now. So I wasn't exactly thinking like, oh, wow, she's feeling, like she has to take care of him. And I knew that that was all happening, like the kind of, their relationship didn't have good boundaries emotionally. But I do remember thinking, what's the big deal? Like, he's stealing money from old people. Like, that's not so bad. Like, and I was like, why am I so upset? And then so I had to kind of like realize, and now I'm like, oh my God, I can't even imagine if, you found out your parent was doing that. That would be so creepy and horrible. But
But he's such a lovable,
I know, and he's
guy,
like he's sort
so-
of got that hustler. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like a hustler.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a scene if the listeners haven't seen, but where his credit card gets denied, and it's so heartbreaking because he's like buying luggage for me because I'm going to college, and the woman's almost kind of flirting with him who's checking out the luggage, and he's just, it's so brutal because he's in debt all of a sudden, and you're like, no.
It's devastating.
Yeah.
My partner was watching it with me, and he's like, okay, this side of the movie, this whole plot here is fucking hectic.
Yes. Well, that was, so the producer of Say Anything is James Brooks, who made so many iconic things. Look him up, I guess, if you don't know, but like Broadcast News, Working Girl, like The Simpsons, but like so many things. Like, he's very bright, brilliant guy. And so he gave the task to Cameron Crowe, who had just written Fast Times at Ridgemont High and was a writer at the Rolling Stones, but he hadn't directed yet. He's like, write this story, because James Brooks was like in New York or something, and he saw this like mobster looking dad who was kind of like one of those like, a handsome, I don't know, Italian or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever race or whatever, and he had a daughter, and he was like in a coffee shop, and James Brooks is just studying them, and he's like, wow, he and his daughter are so much affection, and they're having such a nice time, and wow, wouldn't it be a trip? Like, what if he's a mob, like does really dark shit, and the daughter and he are like so close, but he's secretly like in Sopranos or something, like he's secretly doing a lot of stuff. So he's like, write that story.
Yeah.
So then Cameron Crowe started writing about a daughter and her dad, but then it just took over the love story with me and John Cusack. So it became like, that became the A story, as they say, when
It's
really
so
that was going to
funny.
be the kind of part of it.
Yeah.
That became the main story. And then the other stuff with the dad, even when I was doing it, I was like, what is this part? Myself, I was just like, ugh, this is annoying. I want the love. I
let's
also
go back
was
to
like, let's get back to
flirting
love
and
sex.
partying.
But it's like it's still kind of a heavy, amazing part. Yeah.
Completely.
That dad-daughter thing.
It's disarming. I think
Yeah.
that, as I had only just had a first watch, it wasn't, and I didn't know anything about it. And it's in the blurb, like, that's, such a large part of the story, but I had no idea. I'm like, yes, it's going to be a love story.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
I know. And I mean, the level of like the person who shot the film, the DP, the producer, Polly Platt, like, it was a teen rom-com, but the level of like the people working on it had come from like you know, these just like major films,
Yeah.
like, you know, The Last Picture Show and like all these, you know, like award-winning,
Yeah.
life-changing films from the whatever 60s and 70s. So it was fun to do. I mean, often you're doing something and you like think it's just like a like whatever little love story with teens or whatever, and then even now I'll look at the credits of things I've worked on and I'll look, because I also doing this book, I was looking up all this stuff and I was
Yeah,
like,
of
oh my
course.
God, that person shot that movie? Like, I'm like, geez.
No, the whole like crew and the cast is just star-studded. It's fucking insane.
I know, it's so
oh my
fun.
God,
I know,
everyone's
it's so
working on
funny.
this.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
so
it's
cool.
really exciting. It's fun to look back and like be like, wow, that was
Yeah.
pretty unique.
Yeah, I bet. Now I did mention that your mother was a model. Mm-hmm. I too have a very beautiful mother, and so I was wondering, you are so stunning, but what's it like growing up with a model for a mom?
I know. I mean, she had stopped modeling, but yes, she's actually visiting me in town, and she's, you know, older now, but
Yeah.
I mean, her bone structure still, it's just like, she could like cut, you know, a jewel with her,
Yeah.
her cheekbones. Like she's just
my
like gorge.
God.
But, yeah, I think it was a trip. It was a trip. When you listen to my book or read the book, you'll see there's a lot about that. Like having my stepfather just like, look at your mother. Isn't she beautiful? You know,
Yes,
so
yes.
it more just teaches you that like beauty is the value of it.
Yeah.
Which is kind of lopsided because sure, beauty's fabulous, whatever. It's wonderful, makes people happy, whatever. You can have opportunities, but when that's your only egg in the basket, like that's, and for my mom, she kind of, even she's sort of like a open-minded, came from, you know, was in the 60s. It was still for her, it wasn't about getting a good job or, you know, like she wasn't that type of person. So she just kind of kept getting married to sort of being taken care of.
Yeah.
And I'm sure her beauty, of course, but not just her beauty. She's makes a great atmosphere in a house, and she really, I think people really love. She made such a great environment for them to come. You know, she loves cooking and fun and has nice friends. Da 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 da. But yeah, I think it just taught me that like beauty you can ride on it,
Yes.
and that's good. But it's also like not everything.
Yeah. Okay. So
And as far as like being jealous, well, she was really naturally thin. So it wasn't that I was like, God damn her, because I was more like, you know, just voluptuous on and off, you know, like that more made, I wasn't like jealous of her for that actually.
yeah.
But
I wouldn't have even
yeah.
thought of the jealousy aspect, but that is definitely something that
I guess you
people
hear also like
experience.
moms getting jealous the other way, which
Yes.
thankfully she
Hear that a lot.
didn't do that with me.
Good.
Or like living through. She wasn't also, well, she didn't live through her kids, but she enjoyed our fun turn of events. My brother and I both got into the business. So she wasn't pushing for it. She was very surprised actually that we got into it because she's sort of shy and she was like, no one's, you know, I don't know. She couldn't imagine doing it herself, like acting and stuff like that. But I think she definitely did like, you know, the excitement.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's interesting too that as I know that a lot of people can, like I felt the awareness of seeing the value of beauty and seeing someone who values beauty within themselves, but it was never like pushed onto us, right? And I wonder, because it can be, I know that there are many people who have the tale of a parent who's like, no, but you too must be beautiful and thin and all of these things. But a lot of the time they're not doing that. They'll put it onto themselves and that's what kids see.
Yes, that's my
Yes.
kids have criticized me. Like I never ever would. I've always just beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Like I've never been that like type of parent who, you know, be careful. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like don't go to college and gain weight or whatever
Oh, God,
kids do
yeah.
or anything like that. I've never done that. But they said to me, it didn't matter. You were critical of yourself. in front of us. And I was like,
Interesting.
oh, but wait, does that count? And they're like, yes, that counts. Like, I'm like, but I never said anything about you. I would just be like, these pants don't fit or whatever. And they're
Yes,
like,
yeah.
yeah, but that sent a message to us. And I was like, oh no, oh well, too late. Because like I definitely spent their formative years like complaining in front of them about my body here and there, which now I realize is just almost the same, almost.
It's interesting.
Not as bad, but
Not as
it's still bad.
I think it's not. I mean, you've taken off a whole layer of resentment, that could have existed if it
Sure.
was being
Yes.
projected at them, and it's just a completely different thing. But it's not like, oh, too late now, because sure, they could.
Yeah,
have
I mean, I've
heard
just
that.
said, yeah, that wasn't good. I shouldn't have done that. But yeah,
That's huge, though.
yeah,
That's
no,
pretty-
that's true. I am I'm
cool.
very good at saying, like, oh, that must have been hard. I was wrong. Like, because I know
Oh my god,
that's
beautiful.
would be so satisfying if a parent said,
Yeah.
oh, that must have been hard. And so now I'm like, wow, whenever that comes up in a genuine way, I like to do that. Like, yeah.
What a stunning relationship to
I
have with
know,
your kids. Oh my god.
you.
And they're still young,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
say that. I
Yeah,
think
they
that
are.
I'm young, so I'm like,
Yes.
everyone's young.
Yeah, it's true.
It's fine. That's so gorgeous. Wow. Is it amazing having daughters?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is amazing.
Yeah.
I always thought I'd have a son as well, but
Yeah.
but I have a little boy dog. He's like my little son. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, teen is it's like hard in a way that you don't think. On looking back, I'll be like, oh no, this was textbook. But in
Yep,
it
yep.
feels not textbook. Like they're anxious, they're depressed, they lost a friend, they gained a friend.
Oh,
like nothing
God.
terrible, but it feels so hard when you're the parent. And of
Yeah.
course that makes total sense. But it's funny because it feels unique. And I'm looking back even now, like it's just like textbook stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're so brilliant. I mean, also it's another generation, and I feel like this generation, maybe because of the internet, are really smart,
That's
like in a
great.
different way, like really smart.
God, that's good to hear. 'Cause
Yeah, I know people say everyone's getting dumber, but I think
Yeah.
they're because they're exposed to so much.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
good side.
That's fantastic. I watched, did you see the UK TV show Adolescence?
Oh, right. I saw some of it.
It
Yeah,
scared
I
me.
think I got nervous about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there's the dark side for
Yeah.
sure, the
Yep.
sad side. But yeah, I think there's if kids are like, I don't know. I always was just like when they were young, like pay attention to how things are making you feel and
Yeah.
da 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 da. But they definitely lost, not years, but a lot of time scrolling at certain points. But I don't know. You just kind of try to jump in there and to help them out. And
Yeah,
give
yeah.
them something to be excited about.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of younger people like getting so over it that,
Yeah.
they start being like, hey, what did people used to do,
I know.
And they get into like retro activities and stuff.
In
so
real life,
maybe
things.
it's good.
I know. I do think they've been pretty good about that. They were pretty good about feeling that oversaturation, and then like kind of doing something else. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I heard you actually speaking on age gap relationships
Oh, yeah.
recently and putting it into the context. I feel like maybe this was discussed in the book or maybe in a discussion around the book, but putting it into the context of, oh my gosh, if it was my child, I would be like, what?
Oh, right.
So you have experienced some age gap relationships,
Yes.
famously. I have too. And I love to catch myself judging, being like, oh my God, I did it the other day on the radio. Saying, oh my God, Leonardo DiCaprio and these bloody young
Oh,
girls.
yeah.
And the host was like, yeah, okay, but didn't you date anyone older then? And I was like, yeah, yep. And that was fucking weird.
Yeah.
And they go, but was it fun? I'm like, yeah, it was a bit fun.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to discuss the concept with you.
Yeah. I mean, I think if it's like a serial thing and people can't not do it,
Yes.
I feel like that's something to look at. Like, why can you never change it up? What's going on?
Yep.
And I think I had, yeah, like when I was young, I had like two. One was a boyfriend, and one, one was like just hooking up with someone who was a little bit older, but not. We were all sort of young. Like they were in their 20s, and I was late teen. So that was an age gap, but it wasn't like. I don't know. I think it gets dicey when you are in, like when it became a boyfriend, and he was making like choices that affected me, and I was not a total adult myself, like around like safe sex or whatever. It's like like, okay, well you are getting in your mid 20s, like maybe you should be the one to kind of like pull this together because you are older. That's when. But if it's just kind of like, I don't know, there's minutia or whatever it is, or maybe it's not even minutia, but
nuance.
But yeah, I didn't. But then I kind of stayed around my same age mostly. Like I wasn't in a thing of going out with older people, but then I could see the younger thing would become something. I know a lot of people who, I mean, I'm happily married, but get to my age and then they date younger. But I like having young people around as like friends and stuff. So I can kind of imagine the appeal when you get to be in your 50s. Speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio, like that young people but the headache, like, do you want that? Like, I mean, of course it's case by case. Like some young people are actually have things together.
Yeah.
But like, don't you want to relax and be with someone who's like, kind of like knows, when I see people, I won't name names, but friends of mine dating younger, dramatic people, just like, really? Like, isn't that tired? Don't you want to like have a nice chill life at this point?
Yeah, maybe it's invigorating to some. I can,
But there must be some nice people who aren't actually like too dramatic, right? Young people. Yeah.
Totally. But there is only so much that you can do with a limited experience. So yeah, if they experience something for the first time, maybe they'll be more dramatic about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Someone who has gone through it before.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
It is funny. I swear to God, I've never been, once I turned 30, 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds started hitting on me more than they ever did when I was 18 or 20.
Wow.
And it's so interesting because I'm like, oh my God, ew, what? You're a baby. But I can understand. I've got some friends between 30 and 50 who have dated younger, and they're like, it's just a generational thing. They're a great generation. They're sometimes a bit more progressive than people around their own age. I've recommended it to my mum. I go, why don't we try younger? And she goes, no. And I'm like, do it. But maybe it's just a matter of like, do it responsibly, and if there is a headache that comes along with it, that's part of it.
Right. And that could be like, if you're not into like, just like fully committing, that's an out maybe. Like, this was fun, but now I'm done.
Yeah.
I guess it's case by case. But yeah, it's sort of like I did love seeing when, like, Keanu Reeves is, ironically, she's I think a couple years younger, but because she didn't dye her hair, I guess his girlfriend, people are like, you're dating an old woman, whatever. But she's like actually not.
Yeah,
but
it's
always
actually,
like
hair goes gray really young. Everyone we dye it.
But it's all funny. It's so funny. People are like have this like, like what? It's like unusual to see an actor with,
a male actor
with someone who's not. But I don't know, maybe not. Like look at like Kristen Dunst and her. Yeah. They're so cute.
Yeah.
Together, and sometimes it's like, you guys are around the same age, and that's fine. But yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio, that's like at this point, it's like mix it up a little bit.
Well, I heard that his girlfriend's like 27 now or something.
Is that older than it's been?
Yeah, it was always 25.
Always 25. Okay,
yeah. So maybe he's growing,
creeping up. That's good.
I don't know. Now, your love life has been something of speculation, I would say, most of your career?
Yeah.
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 That's got to be an interesting thing to deal with.
Oh, right. Just to have it be kind of a little bit public or something? Or what do you mean? Like,
to have it be public, to have people be interested when you're, creating brilliant work. And I don't know. I'm for sure putting my own biases onto this, but I guess I wonder how it would be to, you know, sit down and interview and have someone be like, "Are you dating so and so?" And you're like,
right.
"What about that project that I came here to talk about?"
Right. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, just in general, being a young woman in the industry that, yeah, I guess what people not asking about, but maybe it's the same for young actors as well, but just viewing you, actors in general have that, like, are they bright? You know, like, are they, like, you know, people don't want to hear too much of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's
Yeah.
different, but it used to be more like just shut up and look cute, or
Yeah.
like be like, yeah, even guy, I mean, for sure men
Totally.
had that too, like
Be a blank
teen beat magazine, and you know, you just want them to be, you can project onto them. Yeah. But yeah, and having the love life thing, sure. I mean, I don't remember it, like, annoying me too much, because I don't know. I guess I was just I put myself in like the clouds, so it didn't bother me or something.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, it is annoying not to be taken seriously. I think I would have loved to have been asked more, like, kind of deeper or more intellectual or more about acting. I love talking about acting.
Yeah,
and
okay.
film. I love it.
That's so cool.
But
Yeah.
now it's happening. An older actress once told me, because I was on a film set and it was like a medieval show, and all the outfits were getting sexier and sexier as it went on, and the bustiers, like, which I don't even think is correct for the period, but like everyone all of a sudden they're like, push their boobs up, and then the crew were like, "Ooh, wow," and I was just like, oh, I was so fed up, and I was like, so annoying, these men.
Yeah.
She was like, you're not gonna get taken seriously until you're like much older. And back then it was sort of true, like, as you get to be a certain age as a woman, and then people start, you know, thinking you have a brain.
Yeah, wow.
But now it's a little better, I feel like, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No, a little bit.
Tiny bit. Well, there's a new thing of like pretty women, like you
Yeah.
yourself. Now there's this, like, can be funny. You can be pretty and funny, and but I don't. Maybe it's still not there with the kind of having thoughts, in deep thoughts.
Yeah, no, it's for sure. It's for sure getting there. I agree. I think that you see that in the large scale with, you know, like the huge musicians, the Sabrina Carpenters, the Taylor Swift and stuff. It is getting there. I think it's more the general public consumption of it. And, you know, speaking of my own experience being tiny, whatever it is, but as it is interesting to be putting yourself out there as a comedian and still just get inundated with people being like, but when can we see your tits though? And it's
Right. Can we have both at least?
like, yeah, let me show my tits when I want to show my tits.
Yeah, exactly.
And let me make jokes about them or something.
Right.
It is definitely,
Yeah.
I think it's a better thing, but yeah, it's interesting to see. I know, again, it's one of these things that I have put my own biases onto because of my own frustrations.
Yeah.
But I think everything's progressing.
Yeah. I
Seems
think
to
it's
be.
like 2 steps forward and
Yeah.
a lot of steps back.
Yeah. Having people discuss your love life, though, is an interesting thing to experience. And it's something that your beautiful husband has also experienced. I'm wondering, is it a thing that you guys have bonded over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he dated Claire Danes for a long time, like 6 years. That was a sort of like starter marriage, even though they weren't married.
Yeah.
And the really nice thing was we were all friends, peripheral friends. So
Yeah.
what was really nice about getting together with Ben, we had like common knowledge of like people. It was very comforting and really, really fun to have that. And yes, because I think we both have this shared experience of being with not only in a young kind of relationship where you're like kind of pretend, you know, I was married really young, but he was sort of like in a pretend marriage. But yeah, being with somebody that famous, and he's such a worker and so into just doing his own thing that he a little bit probably got under her shadow a tiny bit because she was bigger star. And so I guess I more was the type that I would just lose the plot because my husband was in a successful band
Yeah.
before Ben, and I just sort of warmed my hands by the fire of his whole fabulousness. So
Okay.
I would have a tendency, even though I actually couldn't stop working at that time, which was so amazing, but meaning like I just kept getting jobs
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
But I was more the person who would like hide out behind it. And just be like, you go. But I could see why relationships now I would be, I don't know though. I'm so happy when Ben's working, but I could see a jealousy. I never used to understand when couples would have a hard time when all of a sudden one would start doing really well.
Yeah. Yeah. Me
But
neither.
yeah,
It's like
but
your team.
yeah, like
What the
yeah,
hell?
great. Thank God one of us is doing well.
Yeah.
But now, I think I more have that. Like I would have a hard time if a friend. Luckily, I never had. Or maybe not though. I don't know. I'm always so psyched. I don't know. Anyway, jealousy is so weird. But yeah, I think it is. It's very interesting dating. You on one hand you relate because they're also famous and working.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we related to, I think, yeah, definitely related to that, or had a shared experience of like this uniquely like what a small percentage of people get to live like in Soho,
Yeah.
in a friggin' amazing loft in your 20s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, we
Yeah.
even knew back then, like, you're just like, whoa, this is nice.
Yes.
But that as I get away from that, I think, wow, that was really, really, didn't happen every day that you happen to have all these people who are working and doing all this like great stuff. And
Yeah.
anyway,
yeah.
it just,
I can imagine that someone maybe who hadn't experienced what Ben had, like, could be intimidated by, oh, so you've been in love with these incredible world-renowned people, like these people that the
Right.
world loves.
Yes.
It can, and that goes beyond just people being famous. It's like whenever this goddamn discussion of people's what do they call it? The people they've banged. I can't remember the term. Kill list, something like that.
Bodies.
Body count.
Body count.
Thank you.
I knew body was in there. That's so
Yes.
funny.
People's weird obsession with this whole body count
Right.
thing.
Oh my God.
Doesn't even matter if the people involved are famous, but there are some people who are very uncomfortable.
Oh no, he's because Ben does not have the body count I have. Like I'm, like it's more mine, but
Hell yeah.
he's very. First, when we got together, I was like, I hope he's sowed his oats enough, because I was more like, oh God, like I felt almost bad. Like, are you gonna be okay? But
Incredible.
it's all worked out. But yeah, he's confident. He's not. He's just like he loves women. He seems. It almost surprised me because he grew up in a more formal, conservative family, and he seemed to me like innately more kind of conservative, but he's not, which sort of surprised me. Like he actually not at all. Like, I mean, he wouldn't be happy, like if whatever, like when we first started dating, I already had a kid and he knew that I was like, whatever. Like, I don't think he would have been happy, like, if I was going to give him like, 1,000 STDs or something, but thank God that never happened.
Of course. Sexual health's important.
Yeah, the sexual health aspect, he's like, he's sane and he cares about his body.
Yes.
But that was all fine. So that was like smart. Like you would want that. But apart from that, he wasn't shaming or judgy, or he's just like, he thinks I'm kind of, he's sort of impressed. Like he's like, wow, player.
That's that is the thing. That is the sign of a king.
Yeah.
That's the way that you want him to be. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, guess what? Everyone loves my wife.
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
hell?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
Is he a bit of a golden retriever?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's like cheers you on and sweet. Yes, absolutely. I know. And whenever he's like, my daughter and I are always so surprised when he gets like flustered or in a bad mood. It's so rare. We're like, wait, who are you? Because he's just like, he's so supportive with all of us, and he's so energetic, and I don't know, he's just like amazing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, because he's and a golden retriever because he's got like a big life force, and he's quite excited by life. I mean, he gets
Social.
stressed, so
Of course,
we all have to work on our stress, but he's invigorating, which is so nice.
Adore that so much. Now, you have written your memoir, Say Everything. When the hell did you know? How do you know when it's time to write a memoir?
Oh my God. Well, that again is a Ben Lee thing in a way. We were in lockdown in Sydney. We were doing a 2-week hotel thing because that was just what was happening because we moved here temporarily then. And there was like these celebrity memoir, some 2 girls who do
The podcast.
Yes. And they're so cute. And they were doing something about my mom, like, how could Ione Skye's mom let her date a junkie, da-da-da-da. And then I like clapped back or whatever and was like, my mom was really sick over it. She didn't want me to, whatever. I wasn't defensive like that, but that's the tone, not the tone, but the sentiment was, she really was worried.
Of course.
But then Ben's like, so many people lately are really into your story. Why don't you ask your, manager or agent, like, if this is the time? And I literally asked them, like, without even thinking.
Yeah.
And immediately, yes.
Yep.
And I was like, oh shit, this might be the time. And it just, the project was, I was like, I don't want to do it if it feels like I'm pushing a rock up a hill or whatever the expression is. I would like to write the memoir only if there's demand, only if people are gonna like be excited, only if I get a publisher that's like great, and all of this stuff. And everything was like, yes, great,
amazing,
wonderful support, everything. And I am a little obsessed. So it's like I'm obsessed with my life a little and my life story, like meaning just. And I write. I used to write a lot more, but I'm an inner writer. I like writing. And so it made sense to me. And if no one was interested, I'd be like, oh yeah, fine. I'll wait 20 years or never do it. But because it actually is a great business on their end anyway, like memoirs. But I wanted it to be good. I didn't want to just like feel like it was a money grabber, but I felt like there was enough going on in my life still, and I wanted to. I truly, like when I was doing the publicity for it, and you sort of hone in what you're gonna say, it's like, it feels like a coaching to say, I wanted to say everything, I wanted to do it, but that's true. Like I really felt satisfied having people get to know me.
That's awesome.
And it came out great. Like not everything comes out well. Like
of course.
I was editing, for 3 years. It takes, every time I reread and worked on it, I was like, this is good. I think this is really good. I like it.
What a great feeling.
And then it is. So people are like, I read it in 2 days. Friends who haven't read, people who haven't read a book, like just were like, I couldn't put it down.
Yeah. No, I do think I'm gonna want to read it.
I don't know why it just became one of those like two beach reads or just really quick reads, but in a deep way.
Yes. I mean, it's juicy.
Juicy.
That
very
helps.
juicy. Yeah. And very like, it's fun. It's great. I love it.
That's so fantastic. I can't wait to read it.
Oh,
oh my
good.
God. I'm gonna use my eyes to read it because
Yeah. It's so nice. I can only read, but mainly if I'm lying like on a beach or in the sun.
Okay.
Like,
those are some nice stipulations.
Outdoors. Like, I don't know why. I don't know. And I can't stay in the sun too long, but I just like, I feel like I can focus that way. I don't know why, but if I'm just, I don't know. It's so hard to read otherwise.
No, I feel that. Yeah. In bed, I'm like, well, I'm going to sleep. But yeah.
Sometimes in the bath, I think I'm going to read, and then I'm like, I want to get out of the bath. I don't want to be in here for so long. But somehow like being outside, I'm like, or like on the grass in a park or something. I'm like, I can concentrate out here, which is weird.
That is weird. I don't know. Go with it. Yeah. It means you get to be in the...
Get on that park.
Yeah. Go to the beach. Beautiful. All right. Now, I have a couple of quick sleepover games for us to play. So we're going to start with Would You Rather.
Okay.
Would you rather have to share every single detail of your life, of your private life, everything, or never be able to share again? You can't write another memoir. No more podcast.
Everything. I would
Everything.
Share everything.
Share everything.
Yes.
Say everything.
Say everything.
Beautiful. I did see that you had mentioned, having a previous marriage with a musician who's touring and everything could be triggering at times.
Yeah.
And now you're married to a musician.
Yes, always a musician.
Always a goddamn musician. They're sneaky. They'll make you love them. Would you rather Ben Lee never leaves your side, you're together 24/7, or he's touring 6 months out of the year, every year?
Never leave my side, because basically we're almost like that anyway.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
It is kind of good.
I cannot
like
relate.
it.
That's
I
beautiful.
know. I don't know. I'm just like, we get along. We're very easygoing. We could be in our own worlds, but he could still be by me, and I wouldn't be like, get away.
Oh my God,
It's very rare. I do love being alone,
Yeah.
but I don't mind being with him a lot.
that's gorgeous. God damn. All right, quick one off the bat. Fuck, marry, kill. Acting, writing, and it's silly to be in there, but I'm putting it in podcasting.
Okay. I would, oh my God, that's so hard. I would say I would kill podcasting, but I love it.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, so wait, acting, writing, and okay, so I guess I would have to say kill podcasting, because writing and acting are just so like
It's a good,
major.
yeah.
And then I would fuck acting and marry writing.
Damn. Wow, you are a writer. That's incredible.
I started as a writer.
Yeah, yeah.
Acting kind of happened.
Yeah, well, you're beautiful and good at it, so it's understandable. Now, this might seem like a random pick, but just go with it. This is just my pick. Fuck, marry, kill, Zodiac, Wayne's World, and Arrested Development.
Ooh, okay. Fuck Zodiac.
Wow.
Which is really weird. Marry Arrested Development, and then kill. What was the other one? It was
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. That's so sad.
It's okay.
Anyway,
Arrested
it's
Development
always so
is-
hard to kill any of it. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to marry. Oh, I married Zodiac. That's a hard one though, right? Or no, I fucked Zodiac.
You fucked Zodiac.
Yeah, because
You
that's
married
so
Arrested
dark. I
Development.
don't want to marry
No, yeah,
the dark
that's-
atmosphere. But being sleeping with a dark atmosphere once or twice is great.
It's necessary.
Yeah,
Really.
It's
For
necessary.
growth.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the last game is Truth or Dare.
Okay.
You can pick which one. If you don't like the truth or the dare, you can choose the other one.
Okay.
Truth or dare?
I mean, I can't imagine what the dare is, so I think I'll do the truth.
That's literally what Ben said when he did the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's very cute. Okay, truth. Best on-screen partner.
I mean, I would have to say I really loved working with John Cusack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's brilliant.
Yeah. And then close seconds are like River Phoenix.
Yeah.
I did love now I'm forgetting his name, someone from Arrested Development who does the
Jason Bateman? No.
Well, I love Jason Bateman, but the guy who
Alan
BoJack Horseman voice.
Joe,
Everyone
what is
listening
his
to it would be like, his name.
Will
In any
Arnett.
case, Will Arnett.
He's
He was so
amazing.
fun to work with.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
that's
was
so
super
cool.
fun. So fun. But yeah, John Cusack for sure.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming
Thank
into the
you.
Forward. Oh my God,
So
cool.
fun.
Anytime.
All right. Have to get out of our sleepaway world and go back into the real world.
Gotta go back to the real world.
Thank you. This
That's
is really
it.
fun.
Of course. Everyone watching should go listen to Weirder Together and read Say Everything. So you've got a new movie coming out soon
Yes.
as well.
I did a movie called Anaconda, who actually, this is another partner. I played Jack Black's wife.
Incredible.
And it was with Paul Rudd and Steve Zane, and we shot it in the Gold Coast.
Oh, wow.
Which was
Okay.
just amazing. Every time I move to Australia, I get a job, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be working nonstop. And then it's like, you get one job and then that's it. I get that beginner's luck. But that was what a good one to get. It's a movie called Anaconda, coming out Christmas. It's like a big action comedy.
Oh, awesome.
It's like a meta remake of the old Anaconda, but like crazy.
Sick. That sounds really fun. I'm gonna be right. Yeah, I'm gonna be there day one.
and Tandy Newton. Yeah, I think her name. She's in it as well, and she's great. Yeah, she's so good.
Is there anything else that you want to plug? Anything?
I think that's it. The podcast, the books, everything. Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's it.
Wonderful. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you next week.
We just become best friends.